It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing another reaction discussion video suggested by one of you guys in the Discord community. So shout out to I think that's Siberian in the Discord community. So shout out to you for the suggestion. This video is from Quiet Kills, titled DVD Players Are Miserable. So I wanted to actually give my thoughts on this, considering I am an avid watcher of the Quiet Kills content. And I wanted to actually sort of give my piece on, you know, what is kind of being discussed in the video. And it's also linked in the description if you want to actually watch it on your own. But here we are. Let's go ahead and dive in and actually get into the topic.
The other day I came across a tweet that was actually pretty concerning. It reads, "I uninstalled DBD. The community is just getting worse. I can only handle being told to kill myself and other abusive stuff from survivors before my mind hurts. It's been making my suicidal, intrusive thoughts pop out and hurt my friends. I want it to stop. I want to be normal." And you know what? The truth is, this is a feeling many DVD players have when playing the game. Trying your absolute best in a game meant to uplift and entertain you just to get people constantly berating you with vile insults and death threats could take a toll on anybody's mental. But in this video, I want to show you guys that these words mean nothing because
Yeah, I want to quickly touch on that first point from the jump with the DVD community. And one of the biggest things that we notice in the DVD community is its toxicity, and is a myriad of things that I've discussed in the past, including the gaslighting, including the berating, the toxicity, the overabundance of ignorance, the absolute lunacy that some of these people have, and the list goes on and on and on. And one of the main things, obviously, that comes into play is just and they all go hand in hand, is obviously the gaslighting and the ignorance and blah, 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 blah. And obviously, notice that a lot of killer players are experiencing these things. Notice that you don't really see any survivor players saying, wow, I really gotta uninstall because, wow, these killer players, nah. Because at the end of the day, the impact that a killer can apply to a match is way less, in terms of what a survivor players can do as a group against one. And that can be applied balance wise, that can be applied verbally, that can be applied whatever have you. But in this case specifically, the survivor community will have a bigger impact on a killer just per match because there's more of them. They can team up and effectively, just as the tweet had said, tell them to end themselves because they decided to play a video game. And this is a common thing. This is commonplace in the community. This is a common thing that happens. And that's my issue with the community. One of my many issues with the community is the mere fact that this is just normalized. This is allowed for some reason. And there's no policing going on. There's nothing happening within the community at all. I've covered this previously. That literally a fellow streamer friend of mine literally got told to end themselves on their stream because they decided to play a video game, i.e. playing Sadako, and went perkless add-onless. And then the two of them were crying and complaining and bitching that, oh my god, I'm being tunneled, oh my god. When you literally look at the footage, they were actively playing terribly. They were out of position constantly. They constantly got in front of the killer's face. They constantly kept running in front of them and not actually healing anything. Playing terribly, then wants to go to their stream and tell them to end themselves. What? But this is normal for some reason in the DVD community. Why do we also know that's normal? Let's look at the Hex Legit situation, right? The whole Immortals or whatever the hell it was. I forgot their names already. But let's take a look at that, right? Let's take a look at that situation. Notice that the most popular content that they're farming and releasing for slap content is literally constant toxicity, the end your own life stuff, the racism, the constant toxic commentary that's being thrown around in the endgame chat, and people believe it because think about it. How normalized is it that we keep seeing that in endgame chats from survivor players? It's that common that you can fake the content and people will truly believe it. because it's so normalized, because it's so common. Let's look at like the other example we had from the Brownie a while ago. He did an example, right? He played 20 matches of Killer, 20 matches of Survivor. And out of the 20 matches on Survivor, he only got maybe one example of a Killer, like maybe saying something toxic or whatever. But on Killer, he must have had at least 17 options. 17 to choose from, if I'm not mistaken. So many examples. It's insane. Absolutely insane. And it's delusional to think that it's not, right? So it's a prevalent problem. Like, it's something that we see it so commonly within the community, and it's ridiculous that it's so normalized. And I mean, there's so much to talk about with this topic. I mean, I can go on, right? Like, you know, and just out of the list, right? The gaslighting, the ignorance, the balancing is also pretty bad, which adds on to that toxicity and idiot. It is what it is, man. Let's go ahead and continue.
Doesn't matter what you do in DBD or how you do it, the chances of a DBD player not crashing out over literally anything are slim to none. So for our first,
so that's an extremely good point that we're actually seeing from Quiet Kills here. And that's what I also mentioned on my streams as well. You can literally play however you want and in any way that you want, and someone is going to get mad. Doesn't even matter like how it is you played, what it is you played, what you did. Doesn't matter. Somebody's going to get mad. So that's why I always tell you guys, just play however the hell you want. It really does not matter, because they will find a way to get mad. You could cater to their whims in every way possible. They will still find a reason to get mad. It makes no goddamn sense. But that's how it is.
because his team managed to fumble and lose. Braindead zero skill build, you're the type of killer to cry about Dead Hard and DS? You're the type to cry about Trap.
Exactly. That right there is a perfect example of what I'm talking about with this topic. Like, they get mad no matter what. It does not matter what you do, what you play, what you did. Bro is playing one of the weakest killers in the freaking game and they're still mad. What? Like, Jesus, like, it's insane. It's insane, but it's crazy how much that is. And I talked about this even briefly, which is, I'm gonna add on to the conversation with this, is another aspect of the whole GG situation with DBD. You're probably like, what the heck is that? So what I noticed when playing DBD, especially as a killer player, is that you'll only get a GG when these survivors actually escape. When you actually win, like just fair and square, even if somebody finds Hatch, complete silence. You'll just see, hey, Ace, whatever the hell his name is, left, blah, 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 left. This person left. Never do they say GG, hey, great, good, like, you know, great game, good work, you know, hey, good play there, good strategy, blah, blah, blah. Nope, silence. The second you win fair and square, no matter how you won, silence. They don't say a word, or they do that. But the second you get a 3-4, well, silent, oh my God, amazing work, boys, we did it. Like, what the hell are we doing? So I already stopped saying GG entirely. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm like, there's no point in reciprocating, and when they're just only adding to the toxicity culture. It's very small, right? Let alone the fact that these people will wait out endgame collapses as well for some unknown reason after gen rushing. Like, that does 5-minute game, but they want to extend out the endgame collapse. I'm like, you wanted the game to end quick, yet you still stay in it. It makes no sense to me. But either way, it's what they do. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Bird. This is an every match thing, huh? You're garbage. We can 1v1 if you want. I promise I'm looping you for over 5 minutes. You're begging for a 1v1, but you couldn't even beat me in a 4v1. This is so sad. Deflecting? Why deflect? What's more sad is your low income, low IQ, low income. I probably make double your income. What the fuck? What does this have to do with DBD, bro?
Yo, Quiet Kills, you get a valid ass point. What does that have to do with the goddamn game? What the hell? Yo!
You're so mad. Oh my god. You're still sitting at the kids' table with your income? Holy fucking cornball. This dude thinks he's Andrew Tate. I make more in 6 months than you do a year. We can wager 50K on that any day. That's fine. I'm better at DBD. You're a nobody in real life. Wait, so you're crying in DBD to a nobody? Cry to a therapist instead. You're so...
Damn, he got it. He just roasted him. Oh my god. Quiet Kills doesn't miss. God damn.
Rich, I'm sure you can afford one. I don't need to. Making more money than you, probably still living in your parents' house. Pathetic life, you're a nobody. Brain dead, 0 IQ, 0 skill, low income, you won't get over your loss IRL. And I hope the voices win. This guy's really upset. Oh my god. You're really mad, huh? I'm not even angry. I'm laughing at your lack of success in real life. Guys, the people are upset today. This is a bad crash out. Imagine getting back home from a rough day at school or work and hopping on the game to relax and unwind just to be told that your life is pathetic and to kill yourself simply because you clutched up a close match in a game with no ranked mode.
That's what I was trying to tell you guys earlier, and that's what I was trying to mention in other videos too. It's like I'm speaking for the casuals when I talk about these topics, because at the end of the day, not everybody is on the game all day every day like the rest of these clowns are, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that if you do that, you're on the game a lot, that you're a clown. You have to understand the context here. But either I'm talking about like the survivor players in this case, in this example, that are losing their minds over losing a single match in a game that has no ranked mode. What are we doing? To that extent, by the way, like I can understand being frustrated, but you can just keep it to yourself. You don't even have to write a damn thing. You can just hit continue, crash out on your own, and move on with your day. Like, you don't really have to sit there and start talking to randoms about you bitching about the game. It really makes no sense to me that they continue to do that.
People just live to spread negativity. Anyways, for our second match,
That's a very good point as well. A lot of these people will live to spread negativity for some unknown reason. I still don't understand it. Of what is the purpose of doing that? What do you gain from doing that? What do you gain? Like, what do you possibly gain from that? That's just really what it is. I really don't understand it. There's a lot wrong with this community. There really is. And it's disgusting. I really don't understand it. I don't get it. But I want to know you guys' thoughts in the comments section. What you think of the topic at hand today. Check out the original video from Quiet Kills so you can watch the full thing. It's very, very funny, very entertaining. And I will see you guys next time. If you want to support, hit the like, sub, or you can even become a member on YouTube, Patreon, or even subbing on Twitch. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, let's go ahead and read off these wonderful members. We got Patreon, Crow Vader. All my YouTube members, Brando, Evil Blade, Cap Courteous, WTF You're Not J-Lo, Evil Peach, Cargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Jack, Christian, and Crow Vader. Really appreciate you guys supporting, man. And if you also subbed on Twitch, just know that you got love coming your way too. Appreciate you guys, man.